Hi, I'm Lisa. Let's learn when to say the and when to leave it out. You probably already know that English articles on, and the can be very confusing. For example, why do we say, I'm going to the store, but we don't say, I'm going to the school? We say, I'm going to school. Or why do we say the Pacific Ocean, but we don't say the Mount Everest? In this video, I will teach you some rules about when we should use the and when we need to leave it out. I hear some of these mistakes even from my most advanced English students. And then at the end of the video, I will give you a quiz to review what you just learned. Let's compare these two sentences with school. I go to school every day. The school is on the corner. Why do we say the in the second sentence, but we don't say that in the first sentence? Here is the rule. We don't use the when we describe everyday places and activities like school, work, class, bed, or church. Let's look at some more examples where we don't use the because it's an activity. We can say, she's in class right now. He goes to church every Sunday. That's an activity. I'm going to bed now. He's at work. He was sent to jail. So in these cases, we would not use the. We would not say to the jail or to the home or to the class. But we use the when it's a place or it's a physical location. For example, the school is on the corner. It's the actual physical building. The class was noisy today. I'll meet you at the church on Main Street. It's the actual physical building. The bed is so comfortable. The jail is overcrowded. It's an actual physical place. Let's compare these sentences. I'm in class now. That's an activity. The class went on a trip. And in this case, the class means a group of students. Or we can say, they go to church on Sundays. This is a religious activity. But if it's a physical building, we would say the church. The church is near my house. And let's look at the word bed. I went to bed. I went to bed at 10 p.m. That's an action. It's something I did. It's an activity. The bed is soft. In that case, that's a physical object. She's at work. That's a routine. It's something you do regularly. It's an activity. The work is difficult. In this case, it's a specific task. And let's look at jail or prison. We can say he's in jail or he's in prison. But we would say the jail is full. The prison is secure. In this case, we are talking about the buildings. But this one is a little bit different. Let's look at the word hospital. Do we need the with hospital? What do you think? Do we say he's in hospital or do we say he's in the hospital? It depends. In American English, we say in the hospital. He's in the hospital, and that means he is a patient in the hospital. However, in British English, it's he is in hospital when we mean that he is a patient. He is hospitalized. So in American English, he is in the hospital. In British English, he is in hospital. Let's listen to some native speakers of American English and British English using hospital. Also, listen to how they pronounce the word hospital differently in American English versus British English.
Minutes count when you're in the hospital.
He was there in the hospital all day.
The doctor's in the hospital.
When my mum was in hospital,
she woke up in hospital.
They should be in hospital.
In American English, the O of hospital is pronounced more like an ah sound. So we don't say hospital, we say ah, hospital. Other words spelled with an O that have the same ah sound include job, office, hot, stop, McDonald's, a lot. So that O is very frequently pronounced as an ah sound in American English. Let's look at another rule related to when we use the and when we omit it. Let's talk about musical instruments. We use the when we are talking about playing an instrument, and playing it is the key word. But when we are not playing it, when we are talking about the physical instrument, we use a or an. Let's compare these two sentences. I play the piano. I bought a piano. Let's look at these examples. He is playing the drums. She is learning the violin, meaning she is learning to play the violin. He needs a trumpet for class. So, I'm playing the piano. I bought a piano. Let's look at some more rules. Let's look at these two sentences. I went to Lake Tahoe. Know the. I saw the Nile River. We use the article the here. So here is the rule. We don't use the with lakes, Lake Tahoe, Lake Michigan, but we do use the with rivers, the Nile River, the Amazon River. It gets very specific, doesn't it? These rules can be really detailed. We also don't use the for mountains if it's an individual mountain. For example, Mount Everest or Mount Fuji. It's just one. We don't use the for countries. We would say, I went to Japan. But why do we say, I went to the United Kingdom? The United Kingdom is a country. So what is the rule? Here's the rule. We don't use the for countries unless the country includes a political title, a group name, or a plural. For example, the United States. It's a group and it's plural. The United Kingdom. The Dominican Republic. The Netherlands. There's an S there. It's a plural. The Philippines. It's a plural. Let's compare. They visited France last summer. Know the. They visited the United Kingdom last summer. I would love to go to Korea. I would love to go to the Philippines. I know this is a lot of information, but I just have a few more rules for you, and then you will take a review quiz where you will get a chance to practice. Let's talk about universities. Let's look at these sentences. She goes to Harvard University. Know the. So for universities, know the. He got accepted to Stanford. But she studied at the University of California. Why do we use that with this one? Here is the rule. Don't use the with schools and universities. However, if the word of is in the name of the school, then we would use the. So we say he goes to Stanford University, but he goes to the University of California or the University of Michigan. Let's look at time expressions. Sometimes we say next, and sometimes we say the next. Sometimes we say last, and sometimes we say the last. Let's learn the rule. Don't use the with next and last when referring to a time from now. For example, I'm going to Italy next week. It would be incorrect to say I'm going to Italy the next week. We had dinner last night. I'll call you next Monday. However, we do use the with next and last when we refer to another time from the past or when we're telling a story. For example, we say, he arrived the next day. I was telling someone a story about what happened maybe a few months ago. And then I say, this happened, and then the next day, that happened, which is similar to ordinal numbers. For example, the first, the second, the last. So remember, for ordinal numbers, the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the 20th, the 100th, we need the. This is the first time I'm doing that. He lives on the 4th floor. Let's compare these two sentences. I finished chapter 2. I finished the 2nd chapter. I'm on the 3rd page. I'm on page 3. So for cardinal numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, we don't use the. For ordinal numbers, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, we use the. Okay, let's learn one more rule. Let's talk about dates. When do we use the when we're talking about dates, and when do we omit it? Use the when the date comes before the month. The 5th of July, the 1st of January, the 25th of December. But we don't use the when the month comes first. So we say July 1st, December 25th, February 2nd. Let's look at these two sentences. Her birthday is on May 7th. Her birthday is on the 7th of May. American Independence Day is on July 4th. And how do we say it with the? American Independence Day is on the 4th of July. There are other rules with the and not using the, but we will stop here. Let's review them. How do you feel? Are you a little bit overwhelmed? It can be overwhelming. Let's take a little review quiz. I will show you two sentences and you decide whether we need the or we don't. And then if you've made a lot of mistakes, I recommend that you watch this video again and practice some more. Let's look at the first example. Do we need the or no the? Which sentence is correct? A or B? A, I go to the school every day. B, I go to school every day. Which one is it? The correct answer is B. I go to school every day. It's an activity. Let's look at the next one. Which one is correct? The class ends at noon. Or B, class ends at noon. Which one is it? The correct answer is B. Class ends at noon. Once again, it's an activity. How about this one? A or B? He's going to the bed now. Or B, he's going to bed now. Once again, the correct answer is B. He's going to bed. It's an activity. Let's look at the next one. A, I'm learning to play the piano. B, I'm learning to play piano. Which one is it? The correct answer is A. I'm learning to play the piano. Remember, with play and a musical instrument, we need the. Play the piano, play the drums, and so on. How about this one? A, I left work early. B, I left the work early. Which one is it? The correct answer is A. I left work early. How about this one? A, he's in prison. B, he's in the prison. Which one is correct? The correct answer is A, he's in prison. However, we can also possibly say he is in the prison if we say something like this. He is in the prison which is located outside of town. In that case, if you want to specify which prison it is, and we are talking about the physical building, it's possible to say he is in the prison, meaning in that specific prison. But if you just want to say that he is a prisoner, you would say he is in prison. Let's look at the next one. Which one is American English? She's in hospital, or B, she's in the hospital. In American English, we use the with hospital. She's in the hospital. In British English, they say she's in hospital. How about this one? A, I visited the Lake Tahoe. B, I visited Lake Tahoe. The correct answer is B. I visited Lake Tahoe. No the for lakes. How about this one? A, she goes to Harvard University. B, she goes to the Harvard University. Which one is correct? A, she goes to Harvard University. For universities, we don't use the. And what is the exception? When do we use the for universities? Do you remember? We use the when the university has the word of in the name. The University of Pennsylvania, the University of California, and so on. Let's look at the next one. A, I've always wanted to climb the Mount Everest. B, I've always wanted to climb Mount Everest. Which one is correct? The correct answer is B. Know the. Know the when there's only one mountain. How about this one? A, the Amazon River is in South America. B, Amazon River is in South America. What's the correct answer? The correct answer is A, the Amazon River is in South America. For rivers, we need the. And here is the final question. A, her birthday is on May 6th. Her birthday is on the May 6th. The correct answer is May 6th. Know the. But if we're going to put the day first and then the month, then we would say the 6th of May. How did you do on the quiz? How many mistakes did you make? If you only made 1 or 2 mistakes, good job. If you made more than that, I recommend that you watch the video again and practice again and maybe write these rules down. Thanks for watching and keep practicing your English. Take your English to the final level of fluency with my online courses. The American Accent course, the 400 Advanced Words You Must Know for Fluent English course, and the Phrasal Verbs for Fluent English course. Go to accurateenglish.com.